Hello, my fellow Nigerians. Another development. They say why Tinubu may be one-term president. You see, this is what we are saying. That President Tinubu may be one-term president. President Bola Tinubu may end up as another one-term president in Nigeria since the return of democracy in the country in 1999. He may lose the 2027 presidential election as things appear to be turning against him. Among the factors currently working against Tinubu are his economic policies and his Northern Alliance. Things have fallen apart for many Nigerians since Tinubu announced the removal of the fuel subsidy on May 29, 2023, which was his inaugural day. Tinubu also decided to float the country's currency, which eventually tripled the exchange rate, causing many small businesses to struggle without a stable foundation. The cost of living is at an all-time high, and the president keeps expressing his confidence that things will improve. Amid the country's hardship, Tinubu's administration announced the capital removal of the subsidy on electricity, which the opposition has condemned. If the economic woes persist until the election period and the Nigerians cannot find relief from their struggles, it could be a significant factor influencing them to vote against Tinubu in the poll. With the growing political tides in the north, Tinubu may not find favor with the region that produces the highest votes in Nigeria come 2027. Many leaders in the region have considered the president's economic policies unfavorable. Professor Usman Yusuf, a member of the Northern Elders Forum, recently lamented that President Tinubu's economic policies have made many Nigerians hopeless, contrary to what he campaigned for. Yusuf stated this while reacting to Tinubu's performance in the last year in office. The NEF also criticized Tinubu's administration's electricity tariff. The elders expressed their disappointment about development, describing it as disregarding Nigerians' well-being. The Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Muhammadu Said Abubakar III, also lamented the country's deteriorating socio-economic conditions. He said Nigeria is currently sitting on a keg of gunpowder. Abubakar III expressed his displeasure with President Tinubu's administration at the 6th Executive Committee meeting of the Northern Traditional Rulers Council at the Arewa House in Kaduna. There are indications that the opposition, led by Atiku Abubakar and the People Democratic Party, may form an alliance to defeat President Tinubu in 2027 presidential election, having realized that the division among them gave the president the upper hand in 2023 election. Atiku had recently called on Peter Obi and Rabiu Kwankwaso of the Labour Party and the new Nigerian People's Party to join forces with him to defeat Tinubu. His recent meeting with Obi in Abuja shows that the former vice president is keen on ensuring an alliance with other opposition ahead of the 2027 presidential election. There are indications that President Tinubu may lose some key political allies, including the immediate past President Muhammadu Buhari, which could affect his chances in the 2027 presidential election. Other allies President Tinubu may lose are Nasir El-Rufai, Yahaya Bello, Kayode Fayemi, Ibikunle Amosun, and Femi Fani-Kayode, the four former governors, while Fani-Kayode is a former minister. You see, this is what we are saying. In a related development concerning Tinubu, you see, Tinubu, as soon as Tinubu returned from the tour on his vacation, see what the ministers are doing. The ministers are jittery over cabinet reshuffle. Again, because Tinubu is around now, they know that things will change. Recall that special advisor to the president on information and the strategy, Bayo Onanuga, had recently hinted at the possible cabinet reshuffle, where those found not to be active and adding value to the renewed hope agenda will be shown to exit door. There have been pockets of criticism on the present crop of ministers, as some critics claim that the majority of them are said to be occupying such sensitive positions on grounds of political patronage. Before President Bola Tinubu announced his cabinet, there were high expectations that technocrats would constitute the majority of his cabinet. Sources close to the presidency had claimed that before the president traveled to the United Kingdom for his 2-week vacation, a list containing the performances of the ministers had been compiled by Mrs. Hadiza Bala Usman, who is the special advisor to the president on policy coordination and the head of a central delivery coordination unit. One of the sources said that Mrs. Usman has the onerous task of compiling the performances of the ministers, and that she has diligently done her work. According to the sources, some of the ministers are jittery and have tried to lobby her, but she is not the kind of person to be manipulated. She is a strict and thorough person, right from the time she was the managing director of the Nigeria Post Authority. The president is going to rejig his cabinet to bring fresh hands that will help to translate his renewed hope agenda into a complete reality. Meanwhile, President Tinubu was said to have had a marathon meeting yesterday with Mrs. Usman in his office in Aso Rock. Also cited at the villa with the president was the chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Services, Zaccheaus Adedeji, who doubles as a special advisor to the president on revenue, and the Minister of Works, Engineer Dave Umahi. It was reliably gathered that the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, and the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, were earlier in the president's office. Presidential source said it is expected that before the end of the week, the president will announce a cabinet reshuffle. The sources further said there is going to be a Federal Executive Council meeting on Wednesday, which may be a validatory meeting for some of the ministers, except if the president decides to change his mind and delay the announcement. My people, this is what we are saying, that we should do the needful and do the right thing so that things will go well in this country. Well, let's just leave everything to God. I know God is in control. So, my people, you are free to say your opinion in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel, share, love, and like. God bless Nigeria. Thanks and God bless. Amen.